need you to sound a little bit more enthusiastic.
I'll try.
Okay, fine. Welcome to the first episode of Kicking and Screaming.
That's right. You're kicking and I'm screaming. Let's
She's
go.
always screaming. I'm your host, Bianca Peters. Love everything on the field, but mostly all the stuff off the field. So that's what we're going to be talking about. Lou actually knows the entire game inside and out because you have been doing this for how long? Not playing football, but
40 years.
sports producing.
That makes me old.
Lou, you're not old. Don't talk bad about yourself like that.
Okay, I'll try not to, but it's not going to be easy.
Okay, so you're giving like the insight, the meat and potatoes of what people can expect.
Yeah.
And not just NFL, but we're focusing on NFL right now, but
Right.
sports across the board.
Yeah.
Here
Name
in New
the
York,
sport.
across the nation,
Name the sport.
cricket.
Cricket. Foosball. Foosball is very big this time of year.
Foosball?
Yeah,
Okay, well, I
foosball.
don't think we're going to be talking too much about that. But
Highlight?
here's what highlight. Oh, highlight, yes.
I used to go highlight. You know, they used to have a place in Bridgeport.
You
in
look like a
Connecticut.
highlight player.
I used to love highlight. We used to go up. There used to be a place up in Bridgeport, Connecticut. We go up. The old, like the little guys. I suppose I can say through that. They all come out. They have their little whatever you call those things. I can't even remember what it was.
Yeah.
It was fun.
That sounds like
Highlight
you
was
really knew
fun.
your stuff from Highlight.
That was great.
Here's what you can expect from Kicking and Screaming. This is for sports fans across the board. Like, you're giving all the details, the stats, the info, what you might want to bet on. I don't know if you really trust his picks. But also, like, the storylines, the rants, the hot takes, all the opinions you never asked for, but you never knew you needed. That's what you're going to get from the show.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Basically. All right, so let's go to the
Sounds
first
good.
round. Let's get right to it. First of all, we have this weekend coming up, bunch of matchups. You're going to go straight into your picks, starting with our first one, Houston Texans versus Kansas City Chiefs.
The Chiefs. The Chiefs going for the three-peat, going for history.
I'm not excited about this.
I am.
Why?
Because it's history. I mean, this is Patrick Mahomes. Everybody hates the Chiefs. Everybody hates Taylor Swift. They hate Travis Kelce and all the other.
You say Trey Songz?
Yeah, I want to say
He's
Tracy.
a singer.
Tracy Kelly.
Tracy Chapman?
Tracy Kelly.
That's another
And the
singer.
point is, they're a great team, and I love Patrick Mahomes.
You didn't tell me who's winning, Houston Texans,
Oh, that's
Kansas City
easy.
Chiefs.
That's the Chiefs.
Okay,
You know what?
that's
The
going
Chiefs. It'll be. It's just what's going to be. It's going to be a close game because
Yep.
everything the Chiefs do is close. It's always close, and it's going to be maybe a 5-point Texan lead going into the fourth, and everyone's going to be nervous.
Oh, okay.
And then you look at Patrick Mahomes.
Going into the fourth.
Going into the fourth quarter.
You think
be
they're
down.
gonna keep the
Yeah.
lead that long?
No, I think the Texans could be like up by 5, 6 going into the fourth quarter, and you're just going to see Patrick Mahomes, and he's going to be laughing. He's going to be eating a hot dog on the sidelines because he knows he's going to win.
Okay,
And you know what? All of America knows he's going to win.
I think that's why people just kind of want to hate on people to bring them down.
Well,
they're
because
doing
he
so
is the best.
Give someone else a chance at this point. I do agree with you. Chiefs on this one, and Patrick Mahomes. Even though they just had another baby, Golden Ray.
Which is even more
Brittany
of a reason.
Mahomes posted that
It's
whole.
even
what is
another
it?
reason why they should win.
Yeah, because babies they're expensive. He got to win another Super Bowl to pay for this.
That's a blessing.
Okay, we'll go with that. Okay,
Yeah.
second on the list: Washington Commanders, Detroit Lions.
All right. That one on Fox, Saturday night. Lions have a lot of speed. They have great offense. But you know what? You know what Washington has? One of the best young quarterbacks in the game in Jaden Daniels. And
tell me
you know what Detroit
more.
doesn't have?
What?
A defense.
I was going
Okay.
to say.
A defense.
No, I was going to say something else. But I
They
was like,
couldn't
don't want to
stop.
hate on Detroit.
I'm kind of think that if your grandmother was out on the field, I'm not sure if they could have stopped her and kept her out of the end zone.
They probably couldn't have because she didn't speak English.
No, because the point is, Jaden Daniels, you got to watch for him. He's good. He's got a great arm. And I did tell you, you know what? We did a show on Fox Local called the NFC Beast, and I did say that I didn't think Washington was going to make
He's
it.
trying to plug. He's trying to plug it
that
real
was,
fast.
that
He's
was a
trying to plug
dirty
it.
plug, by the way.
Okay.
But anyhow,
Next time, be a little bit more subtle.
nah, subtle's not good. I've tried subtle. It doesn't work for me. But anyhow, I didn't think Washington was going to make the – I'm going to about rip myself now if I give it up. I didn't think Washington was going to make the playoffs. And the fact that this kid got him in, went on the road.
How old is he again?
Oh, who knows? He's young.
Oh, he's young. What constitutes that? Under the age of
under the age
45?
to me it'd be under the age of 50, but that's when he's young. I think it starts with a 2. It starts with a 2, and whatever number you want to put at the end is fine. But the point is, he went to Tampa and won.
Yeah.
And that's good. I think it's
I feel like the storyline on this one though is the ticket prices. We're looking at $9.93.
I know, in Detroit, of all
The
places.
average ticket price.
Does anybody even make $9.93 in Detroit?
No, how are they affording these tickets?
Other than the union workers at the at General
A
Motors.
lot of overtime.
I'm going to say it's going to be a lot of overtime for that.
Oh, I would be very. I mean, they have to be happy that their teams made it this far. But seriously,
yeah,
$9.93 for an average ticket price? What?
$9.93. It's actually, you know what? In New York,
Don't say that's actually.
you
can't conflate New York prices.
Actually, to be honest, we're just like, that could be like maybe you only get the halftime at the Garden.
So StubHub's reporting it's the best-selling divisional round game, outselling the Ravens and the Bills by almost triple.
Well,
Bills fans, you need to show up because that is unacceptable.
First of all, it's Western New York, Buffalo. That doesn't surprise me whatsoever.
But I'm just saying. But doubling.
I just told you, all the union workers in Detroit. That's who's paying for the tickets.
Oh, Lord.
You know what?
Okay.
You know the thing is with Detroit, it's been a long time since they've been good. I mean, they got a lot of bad things in Detroit.
You know what? Let's stop hating on Detroit because I could get on that train and I need to get off it real fast.
When I was a kid, I almost moved to Detroit, so I'm allowed to hate. Move on.
Okay, LA Rams, Philadelphia Eagles. A lot of people excited to see this game.
Last time these teams had met was on a Sunday night, and Saquon is still running in that game. Now, he set all sorts of records running, 200-something yards, and they couldn't stop him. And I don't think they're going to stop him now.
Tell me how upset Giants fans are going to be watching this game.
Oh, there are going to be a lot of crying Giant fans.
How upset are they going to be?
Very upset. Going to be a lot of depressed
First of
Giant
all,
fans.
I just have a question. Why didn't they? I feel like he really kept that locker room together.
Yes.
The guys were a little bit depressed after he left.
Yes.
And then you go and see what he does in Philadelphia, and you're like,
now they're more
depressed.
depressed.
Myself.
Now they're more depressed. The players are depressed. They said it.
Yeah.
He was a leader, which
So
is
why not
rare.
pay the cash to keep him here?
Because you have these guys who are in front office, like Joe Shane, who are they go by the sabermetric numbers. They do their little slide rulers. They turn around and they say, "Hey."
So first of all, what is a slide ruler?
Well, because the MIT, they do their little
they went to MIT?
geek things. They do their little geeky numbers. They do their little sabermetric numbers, and they say the running
Joe
back
Shane, this
is
not,
only good
no,
till he's 20-something, and then the wear and tear and the tires go out, and this is what they do. And then you know what? You could have a Super Bowl this year of the Baltimore Ravens and the Philadelphia Eagles. Baltimore signed Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Eagles signed Saquon Barkley because you know why?
Their
front office has grown-ups, and everybody else in the league have children running the show.
Okay, so we're dealing with kids right now.
No, you're dealing with children.
Are you going to call Joe Shane and say, "Hey, Mr. Geek, do you use sabermetrics and a sliding scale?"
There's no other reason not to.
Maybe an abacus in there as well. I don't know.
Well, that would be for the old guys. The old guys use the abacus.
That's a little old.
No, but the old guys like Howie Roseman in Philadelphia. I'm not sure who runs Baltimore. But the point, it used to be Ozzie Newsome years ago. These guys understand football. You run. See, it's called football.
What is wrong with the younger guard coming in?
Because they're stupid.
Would you like to say that to my face again?
I just did. They're stupid. Young people are stupid.
Oh.
It's stupid. I mean, unfortunately, our education system has brought up this.
Of course you don't mean that about me.
No, you're very intelligent.
Yeah, sure.
You're very smart.
Yeah, especially when we talk about Aaron Rodgers, you think my takes aren't stupid at all.
No, not at all. You're like so many others who are so mesmerized by this guy. It must be the drugs he takes that it's like they follow him like, oh, he's so special.
We're not going to get on Aaron Rodgers because that is the horse that we're not going to get off of if we go down that path. So we'll save that for another time because I
like that because it kind of reminds me of a dead horse. Go on.
Oh, dear God. Okay, question, bring it back to Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts, great quarterback.
Yeah, well, I don't know about the word great.
I still think he's a great quarterback, great leader. Let me put it that way then.
He's a really good player. He's a really good player. He's a winning player.
Yeah.
I'll say this, and he gets no credit.
What about the passing game, though? Because I feel like sometimes he's struggling a bit.
Well,
passing game.
that's the problem.
But then the next week they come back, and he's like...
But they win.
No, because he's a winning quarterback.
No, because you hit right there. His own receivers rip him. A.J. Brown rips him. People look and say he doesn't throw for these numbers or these numbers or these numbers.
Yeah.
But you know what? Somehow along the way, they win the games. And isn't that what it's about?
Yeah, it is about winning the games. Put the numbers up on the board. Okay, last one real fast. Baltimore Ravens, Buffalo Bills. I mean, I don't want to do this real fast because I love the Bills. I love Bills Mafia.
Let's not go fast on this one because this is the game of the night.
You have 10 minutes left.
Well,
you need to speed it up.
Listen, 10 minutes is 10 minutes. The bottom line is this.
Yeah.
Two top quarterbacks, maybe two of the top quarterbacks in the league who have never won.
Yeah.
You got Josh Allen. You got Lamar Jackson. two quarterbacks whose legacy is on the line. The loser of this game, they are going to take such a legacy hit. It's going to be very hard for them to bounce back from.
I don't know about that. I don't know
No, it
about
will
that
be.
because Baltimore Ravens were coming in hot early this season, preseason.
Doesn't matter.
A little shaky, but I feel like
Doesn't
both
matter.
of
Buffalo's
these
at
teams
home.
are possibly building
They are,
maybe a dynasty.
but Allen and Jackson have been around for a long time. And both of them
They're
have the
still
same.
young.
They're young, but
They're
you know,
still
young only.
They're
20
under 50, Lou.
Well, but in quarterback years, which is like dog years, you start hitting 28, 29, you're hitting your prime.
Oh, my gosh.
And you have to start winning.
Age is relative.
Here's how it works. You got two great stars, and then there's mean old Patrick Mahomes. And they playing, battling, and they're going to get their MVPs. And Patrick goes, I'm done with you, and then I'm done with you.
I think that Patrick should step aside and let someone else win. I'm tired. I'm just tired of the Chiefs.
No, Michael Jordan
I'm
never
tired of
stepped
the Chiefs.
aside.
Okay, well,
You know
let's
what?
get to something funny because, we have.
First of all,
what time are we
go ahead.
All right, outkick our coverage. This is the listener Q&A. You guys have submitted some funny questions, a lot of them actually, and some of them very inappropriate and weird. So we're not going to go with those.
Oh, why not?
Well,
Those are the fun questions.
We'll throw one fun one in there. Okay, so
The
start
weird
off
ones are the fun ones.
Oh, don't worry, I might throw one in there. Okay, first one off the bat. Who is your favorite football personality? Lou, you can start this off.
My favorite football. It has to be playing now?
This is from GWiz25.
But do they have to be playing now? Like
No,
in the
I
game
don't.
today?
He didn't specify, so I think this means it could be all time.
Oh, my God. Well, you know who's got a great personality? My favorite, Terry Bradshaw. First of all, he's old like me.
So funny.
And I love Terry.
Yeah, I
Terry
agree.
says it like it is. That's why I like Terry.
I like Terry, too.
Sometimes he's saying things we're not quite sure what he's saying, but it's still fantastic.
Why can't we understand?
Well, you know, he is old. and a few hits.
I'm sorry, is he
Terry,
over
no, but
51?
Terry's hilarious,
Yeah,
and he
he
knows
is.
football.
Yeah.
Terry Bradshaw is my favorite football personality.
Okay, I'm going with Marshawn Lynch on this one, and you already know this. I named my cat after Marshawn Lynch, Meow-Shawn Lynch.
Yeah, it's
Just the ant. No, I'm not kidding you.
When we're talking weird, we go ahead.
How's that weird? Because I like cats?
No, it's the
Anyways,
name's a little weird.
Marshawn Lynch, to me, number one, hands down. The crazy antics already started Berkeley and then in the NFL and then transitioned to, like, I don't know, doing treks out in the wild. He's the funniest guy. The funniest guy.
Well, he's funny, all right. I
Yeah.
don't know how funny, but he's definitely funny.
Well, maybe we differ on what we think is funny.
I think it takes on what your humor is going to be funny. I'd agree. He's a little funny. He's a little funny.
All right, so next question we have here. This is from, someone that's actually producing this streaming show right now, Matt Onimus, who's back there making some comments, be known.
Oh, God.
This one's good. He said, Lou is kind of quiet. Is he more upset with Jets or Giants this season? Let's hear some rage.
Well, let's put it this way. The Giants, they're just bad. They were just bad.
I'm sorry.
And then you know what? And you knew they were
I'm sorry,
bad.
Matt. Does that sound like rage?
No. Rage
Does that
is
sound like
watching
rage?
the Jets, having to sit through and watching Aaron Rodgers and all his antics and an old man going,
God,
you know what?
go.
Here I am. I'm pro-old, but that's too old. And he's way too old. See, he's in dog years, like we talked about quarterback years.
Yeah.
He's like ready to take Social Security in about another hour and a half.
God.
You know, he can go on all the trips he
my
wants.
God.
You know,
This
Rodgers
is
can
so
go
bad.
on all the trips he wants and talk about how smart he is. But the truth is, there's one word he's not. And we talked about this word. And
gotta
it's
get
a
off this one.
leader. He's not a leader.
I hear what you're saying. He may not be the best leader to all his players,
leader.
but that doesn't mean he's not a great quarterback. We already talked about
a great
winning
talent.
a Super Bowl,
Talent.
MVP of the Super Bowl.
You know, when you're at his level, I'll say some names for you. Trent Dilfer, Brad Johnson. Let's see, who else can we say? Mark Rippon. You know those guys? Do you know those guys?
Old.
Do you know who they are?
Yes, but they're all old. Like,
No,
it's a different style of, of playing
but what
games
do they
back
all
in the
have
day.
in common?
Winning.
They all won one Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Just one. So Aaron Rodgers is in the class with them right now with one Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers should not be with those guys. Aaron Rodgers,
my
those
God.
guys
I'm
shouldn't
sorry
be
to the
allowed.
Jets right
If
now
those
for
guys
his
showed
rant.
up at
I'm sorry.
Aaron Rodgers' estate, they wouldn't let those guys in because they're not good enough. So the fact that Rodgers only won one Super Bowl tells you all you need to know about Aaron Rodgers.
I don't know about that. I
Yeah.
feel like you're just
The greats
you're just
win
mad at
multiple.
him for trying ayahuasca.
No,
That is where this deep-seated hate comes from.
No, I could understand that part of it because if I had his life, I'd be jumping on LSD versions too. But no, the truth is, when you've only won one and you're that talented, that's what makes me problem with him. That's
Because
my
he hasn't won more.
Because you should win more. When you're that talented, you should win more. The greats win more. That's what I'm saying about Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Great talents, MVPs, just like Aaron, they haven't even won one. They haven't even gotten there. So this game coming up, that's a legacy game.
I hear your point. I was not an Aaron Rodgers fan until I really watched his documentary and I understood where he came from, and of being like the little man counted out. And to see what he did, you have to root for him a little bit.
Well, I mean, he was small. And that was his problem in high school. He was small.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get recruited. And then he had a growth spurt. And he performed well in college. I watched that Netflix.
And guess who he played with?
You forced me to watch that and Marshawn Lynch. And Marshawn said some things on that thing. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what he said because I have to get the translator for that one. But the truth is, I wanted to hear other people talking about Rodgers, and he stopped it.
Yeah.
He only had select people in there because he controlled that thing.
You know what? Guess who helped produce that documentary?
Who?
Tom Brady.
Yeah, well,
you don't
Brady,
have anything bad to say about him?
No, because it wasn't Tom Brady. It was his director, the one Chopper, who turned around and did Brady's piece. So he called Brady, and Brady, Tom Brady did his 6-part series or whatever, how many episodes.
Is that the one where he kissed his son on the lips?
It's possible. No matter how much they tried to make him look good, because he tried to make himself look good, he looked worse. Who goes out there and makes himself look worse?
Lou, I honestly think you might be the one person.
No, I'm not. Because
that watched that documentary
what's fascinating?
And didn't become somewhat
non-football fans liked him because they thought it was interesting and
What are you talking about? Non-football fans that watch the documentary for the first time, or non-football fans in general?
Like people who aren't diehard football fans. There's a lot of football fans. 28 million people watch the games. But I'm talking about the real diehard. Sunday afternoon, they're watching the games, not just because they bet on them, not just because their fantasies in, but really watch football.
No, but they
don't like him.
All right, let's get to the next question. Okay, I wish we could talk about, this is coming from Matt Hudson _1992, and he's saying, I wish we could talk about the Jets just 1 year at this time of year. This is going to get you right back on.
I
don't think it's what Matt
coaching
wants to hear.
searches, general manager searches, quarterback searches. We're talking about them this time of year. And we are. Oh, was he talking about actually playing?
I'm sure he's talking about maybe them being a contender to head to the Super Bowl.
Wow, it's been a long time.
When's the last time that was like a
oh my God, it's
reality?
A long time. 2012 was the last time they made the playoffs, and I'm talking a long time.
How far did they get in 2012?
Well, they went back-to-back AFC Championship games with Rex.
Okay.
Sexy Rexy. And then Rex started playing with his wife's feet, and that just went down toilet.
But
that just ended his career here.
Hold on. What did you just say?
Well, that was the whole thing with his foot fetish and all those videos that came out. But, and look, Rex is a great coach, and he wants to come back.
Would you let him come back knowing that he has a foot fetish?
Well, we all knew about the foot fetish. It didn't stop him from going to Buffalo. But I don't know if I would bring Rex back. I mean...
Who would you want back then? If you obviously Brian Dable and
Dable's staying. For the Jets, who would be a coach I'd want for the Jets? I would try Aaron Glenn from the Lions. I know he's never coached before, but what he's done on that defense, former Jet, wants to be here, understands New York, understands the Jet culture.
What about sexy Bill Belichick?
Well, Bill Belichick, no.
I mean, he might leave North Carolina.
I know. There's talk of him going to Las Vegas with the Raiders.
What about that? No,
I don't want Bill Belichick.
Why are you saying no?
Well, first of all, he had a chance. He said no. Years ago. And secondly, I think the game's passed Bill by. It's funny how great he was until Tom Brady left, and then he wasn't so great anymore. So I'm not sold on the Bill Belichick. Mm-hmm. All right.
Would you be sold if North Carolina wins?
Well, if he could take North Carolina to a championship, it would be great.
Yeah.
But it's not going to happen. And I also would not be surprised to see him back in the NFL. But we'll see. But he will be able to recruit down there. But winning a national championship, that would be a major step for him in North Carolina.
All right, last question, Lou. Save the best for last. Have you ever dated a football player? Either one of you.
Well, that was a question for both
of us.
You
can go ahead and start that.
You can start that. I've thought about it. There are a few that I would like to be with, but, I'm a married man, so I'm not going to cheat. But if I was to date a football player, who would I date if I was the one to be? Who
would be the most fun?
Oh, there's a lot of guys who are fun. Michael Strahan would be fun. Michael would be great.
He is. He's such a nice guy.
Michael's a great guy. I was the first person to put Michael on TV.
No way.
Yeah, Michael will tell you that. No, that's a dead serious. He was playing for the Giants.
Yeah.
This was here at Fox 5. We were doing celebrity sportscasters. Mm-hmm. And we called Michael. Michael was maybe in his second year in the league, but you always knew Michael wanted to be on TV. He was great at it. And we told him the Sports Illustrated swimsuit party was taking place.
And he was like, I need an invite to that.
And we want you to come, and we want you to do the story. We're doing celebrity sportscasters. Now, he thought he was just going to be part of it.
Yeah.
So when he showed up, we met him outside the door, and I handed him the microphone. And he goes, what are you doing? I said, I just told you, you're doing the story. No, but I thought you wanted me here and we were going to do things.
Oh, my gosh, I love
I said,
this.
no, you're going to be the reporter. That's the whole idea. You're celebrity sportscasters. That's you. So he went in.
Wait, are you basically saying right now that you gave this man his start
that was the first,
in TV in front of a camera?
Yes. And he will tell you that because he was here as a guest. He was up here a few years ago and he remembered. He interviewed everybody. He had fun. He came out saying that he admitted that it was nervous, but that was he was the first time that he actually did something other than just being interviewed at football.
And you know what's crazy? When you look back now at a lot of guys trying to make that transition from being on the field to in front of the camera, and you see like he is the benchmark of success.
Very good.
In people doing that.
And he was very good. He would come up here on Sports Extra all the time, the show we produce here, and he'd be guests, him and Jason Sehorn, and you could tell he's a natural. He was always a natural.
That's
he's
awesome.
Fun. Him and Kurt, who does Good Day New York and does, of course, the pregame show NFL on Fox. Very close during that time when Kurt was our sportscaster. They were very close.
Oh, sweet.
And Michael was great. He was basically he did a lot of stuff for us.
Good for him. You love to see guys get off the field and make some serious money and have success outside of football, because not everyone can make it past after you get past the twos, you done according to you. Oh, okay. Excuse me. We're just gonna take a water break real fast while Lou spills on himself.
As I choke on myself. Yes.
Are you good?
Not really. How much time we got left? I'm not sure if I can make it.
The refrigerators.
Oh, that was
Lou,
bad.
It's just water. Are you sure?
Yeah, that's an old people's dribble. Go on.
No, you did not just say old people dribble.
Yes, I do.
Oh my god. No offense.
No offense,
No offense to the
people my
senior
age.
citizens. Okay. I'm not answering that one. Let's move on. Actually, I did.
You okay? That's what I was gonna say. You didn't answer that question.
I know.
I answered it. Why don't you answer it? What are you hiding? What are you hiding?
I did. In college, and then he went on to play in the NFL. Such a great guy. I'm not trying to name drop over here. Dang.
I name dropped. You got a name drop.
That was a hypothetical. That was a hypothetical relationship of you dating Michael Strahan.
That's what it was. Hypothetical. I swear. Hypothetical. Hypothetical.
I had a real one, but I have nothing but great things to say about this person. And he actually, I think he just became a dad. So congrats to him.
That's very nice. Is he still playing?
No. Played with like 2 teams, but the inside working of dating someone and being with someone that plays in the NFL, this is also why I have a little bit more understanding for someone like Aaron Rodgers. It's tough. The amount of times that I would see the person I was dating having to maintain a certain weight, and if not, get fined. Like
very hard.
It's crazy.
I mean, unfortunately, some of those guys, that's why they die young. Between the collisions, and just the weight and the training.
And then on top of that, now they realize how big social media is. So playing football, doing well at your job, but also I have to be a persona that's bigger than football.
Yes.
There's a lot of stress for these guys to carry.
No, it's stress.
So that's why you should be nicer to Aaron Rodgers.
He's a stress maker.
That is your opinion. All right, we're done with 4 questions. That is it. But now we're getting to personality picks. So we're talking about what your team pick says about you. And I feel like this one's kind of funny because I think there's some psychology behind who you're rooting for when it comes to the playoffs and even the Super Bowl. So the first one we're starting off with is, okay, let's see where we're here. If you are a Lions fan.
Okay.
If you are, in Detroit, born and raised, you're a Lions fan, I have nothing to say. You're just like, yeah, that's your local team. Root for them.
And you know what? They were losers for so long. They struggled for so long. If you're a Lions fan now, and you can say that I was a Lions fan in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, you're a real fan.
Okay, so what about the people jumping on the bandwagon? Is there anyone jumping on the bandwagon right now?
Sure. I'm sure there is.
Okay, well, I mean, good for you, because that's a team to jump on a bandwagon for.
Listen, the team's the favorite. I mean, they're the favorite to win, so of course they jump on the bandwagon.
Okay, Ravens fan. Baltimore. My Baltimore peoples.
Well, Baltimore, who lost the team originally, that was the Baltimore Colts. So right then and there, they were jilted. So if you're a Ravens fan,
You're doing it because of Lamar Jackson.
you're doing it because of Lamar, and
Yeah.
you're doing it because you've been jilted. There's nothing worse than a jilted fan.
What about Bills fans? Bills Mafias.
Those
biggest
people are crazy.
thieves.
Those people are
So
crazy.
crazy.
No,
Did I
they're
tell
crazy.
you that when I was watching this, my favorite part of playoff football last weekend is watching a guy, one of the Bills Mafia fans, no shirt on,
Right.
drinking a twisted tea, jumping up to try to catch a football after they had just scored a touchdown. And I was like, this is the epitome of Bills Mafia. And I can't hate on it. Twisted tea is
And in
really
Buffalo, that's called a regular Tuesday.
That's a regular Tuesday.
I mean, that's nothing new.
All right. Okay, so Chiefs fan, come on. If you're jumping on the bandwagon now, get out of here.
And they're front runners, the Chief fans. I mean, come on. I want to know how many of the Chief fans were really there before they were winning.
Not many.
Yeah,
And then
come
how
on.
many more
They
were
should
added?
all be. They should all have to take lie detector tests. And now, how many Chief fans became Chief fans because of Taylor
Because,
Swift?
I was gonna
Let's
say
not
something.
kid ourselves.
Look, I
you
think
know,
it's
she's
good
not.
for
You know, people
football.
forget something.
It's good for football, though.
People forget something. She's not the only celebrity girlfriend.
It's called a WAG.
I wasn't going to say
Wives
wag.
and girlfriends.
I know. Wag sounds so
It's a
wrong.
No, it's not wrong. It's a term.
It sounds wrong.
Okay.
No, but she's not the only one. Look in Buffalo, very quiet. Very quiet. You know, he's getting engaged, Josh, with the actress, Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah.
They had a picture of her rooting the game on Sunday, and all of Buffalo went crazy. They're, like, ready to, like, throw the biggest
Okay,
party.
but you can't compare the two. Haley Steinfeld does not compare to Taylor Swift. It's
Why
two
not?
levels here.
Why not? Haley
Because it's two
Steinfeld,
different types of
she's an Oscar-nominated actress.
And she's a great singer, too.
Very
I'm
good
just
singer.
saying, in terms
But she's
of
also an
popularity-
Oscar-nominated actress. Taylor Swift, she has a bunch of children, and when the guys are Swifties, those are the ones I worry
Children.
about.
She doesn't have no kids. She has cats.
No, the children are her fans. Those Swifties are all girls. They're all under the age of 12.
Oh, that's it.
What?
That's
It's over?
it. That's all you got. We'll leave it at that note because the Swifties are going to come for you, Lou, and you're going to get canceled big time. All right. So this weekend, the weekend's game going to be wild. We're going to come back around. We're going to roast whoever lost.
Yes, we're going to roast them
The
big
losers
time.
of the
Especially if I
weekend.
picked them, we're going to roast them. And then when I pick them, I lose, we're going
I'm
to be
gonna
roasting.
roast him. And then
You're gonna believe
also
it.
some other stuff to look forward to when Super Bowl gets a little bit closer. Super Bowl halftime shows. I mean, like, let me add it.
My favorite.
Lou can speak about that.
And we could talk about my favorite halftime show of all time.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, that's my tease.
Kicking and
My
screaming?
greatest halftime and coin flip. The greatest combination of two people, one who flipped a coin and the other who performed.
Okay,
I'm
well,
going to
that,
say
that is assuming
two
if
of the
we-
most infamous people
Here we go.
ever
We'll
to be
let- we'll let you keep
ever.
going. Yeah.
And they did it on the same
The
Super
time,
Bowl.
the buzzer went.
That's
The
next
buzzer
week.
went. Okay, well, that's assuming we have another episode if the Swifties don't come for you. So,
That's true.
Thanks for tuning in.